everyone, I'm Jessa Joy ng Batak, and for today's video, the topic is all about Filipino drama during the Japanese period. So, the Filipino drama during the Japanese period, the drama experience a lull during the Japanese period because movie houses showing American films were closed. The big movies houses were just made to show stage shows. Many of the plays were productions of English plays to Tagalog. The translators were Francisco Soc Rodrigo, Alberto Concho, and Narciso Pimentel. They also founded the organizations of Filipino players named Dramatic Philippines. A few play of the playwriters were Francisco Soc Rodrigo. Soc Rodrigo was born on 29 January 1914 in Bulacan to food vendor Marcela Aldana and horse carriage driver Melesio Rodrigo. He was a relative to the Filipino heroes Marcelo del Pilar and Gregorio del Pilar. He earned his Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in Education degrees from Ateneo de Manila and University of Santo Tomas, graduating magna cum laude and valedictorian. Rodrigo was a playwright in English and Tagalog. His most celebrated play was Sapula sa Puti. Some other famous include Tagalog translations of works of Martyr of Golgotha and Cyrano de Bergerac. Rodrigo was also known for his Tanaga. Second is Jose Maria Hernandez, a dramatist, author, and educator. A distinguished man of letters, Jose Maria Hernandez was born on June 19, 1904. He graduated valedictorian from the Mabini Intermediate School and received the degree of Bachelor of Science in Education from the University of the Philippines in 1928. After graduation, he enrolled at Columbia University for the summer term of 1929. He earned his master's degree in English cum laude from the University of Notre Dame in Indiana. His thesis was the philosophy of Joseph Conrad. His most significant plays are Panday Pira, a historical drama in 3 acts, which was presented by UP's Rizal Center. Panday Pira. Panday Pira was a play written by Jose Maria Hernandez. It was a story of Pampango Indio blacksmith who is acknowledged as the first Filipino cannon maker and on how he managed to work as blacksmith during the time of Raja Sulaiman and Gobernador General Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Third is Clodoaldo del Mundo Jr., born March 11, 1948, is a Filipino screenwriter, director, and author. In 1968, he got a Bachelor of Arts degree at the Ateneo de Manila University. In 1968, followed by a Master of Arts in Radio, Television, Film in 1974 from University of Kansas and a doctoral degree in Communication Studies at the University of Iowa in 1994. He headed the Communication Arts Department of De La Salle University from 1975 to 1985 and was founding member and former chairman of the Manunuri ng Pelikulang Pilipino and vice president of the Screenwriters Guild of the Philippines. Del Mundo is a well-respected figure in the Filipino film industry and has garnered amount of critical acclaim for his body of work during the 1970s and 1980s. Pepot Superstaris, the first full-length feature written and directed by Del Mundo in the game Hide and Seek. Fourth is Julian Cruz Balmaceda. Was a Filipino poet, essayist, playwright, novelist, journalist, and linguist. He made several works written in Tagalog, English, and Spanish languages. Balmaceda was born at Orion, Bataan, on January 28, 1885. He attended Colegio de San Juan de Letran for college. 2 years later, he finished law on Escuela de Derecho, School of Law under the same college. When he was 14, his first written play entitled Sugat ng Puso or Broken Heart, his major play, Ang Piso ni Anita or Anita's 1 peso coin, won first place in a playwriting contest sponsored by the Bureau of Post. The play is all about thriftiness and was composed of 3 stages. The Filipino short story during the Japanese period. The field of the short story widened during the Japanese occupation. Many wrote short stories. Among them were Brigido Batungbakal, Macario Pineda, Serafin Ginigindo, Liwayway Arceo, Narciso Ramos, and V.M. Gonzalez, Alicia Lupis Lim, Ligaya Perez, and Gloria Guzman. The best writings in 1945 were selected by a group of judges composed of Francisco Icasiano, Jose Esperanza Cruz, Antonio Rosales, Clodoaldo del Mundo, and Teodoro Santos. As a result of this selection, the following got the first 3 prizes. First prize, Narciso Reyes with his Lupang Tinubuan. Second prize, Liwayway Arceos Uhaw ang Tigang na Lupa. Third prize, NVM Gonzalez, Lunsod Nayon at Dagat-Dagatan. Noteworthy writer of the period was Carlos P. Romulo, who won the Pulitzer Prize for his bestsellers I Saw the Fall of the Philippines, I See the Philippines Rise, and His Mother and Brother Americans. Journalists include Salvador P. Lopez, Leon Maguerrero, Raul Manglapus, and Carlos Bulusan. Nick Joaquin produced The Woman Who Looked Like Lazarus. Fred Ruiz Castro wrote a few poems. Last is Philippine Literature in English, 1941 to 1945. Because of strict prohibitions imposed by the Japanese in writing and publishing of works in English, Philippine literature in English experienced a dark period. The few who dared to write did so far for their bread and butter, for propaganda. Writings that came out during this period were journalistic in nature. Writers felt suppressed, but slowly the spirit of nationalism started to seep into their consciousness. While some continued to write, the majority waited for a better climate to publish their works. Carlos Bulosan's works include The Laughter of My Father in 1944, The Voice of Bataan in 1943, Six Filipino Poets, 1942, among others. Alfredo Letiatco published with Harp and Sling, and in 1943, Jose Pelaurel published Forces That Make a Nation Great. The Commonwealth Literary Awards gave prizes to meritorious writers. Those who won were Like the Molave by Rafael Zulueta da Costa, poetry. How My Brother Leon Brought Home a Wife by Manuel E. Arguila, short story. Literature and Society by Salvador P. Lopez, essay. His Native Soil by Juan Laya, novel. President Manuel L. Quezon's autobiography, The Good Fight, was published posthumously. Radio broadcast echoed the mingled fear and doubts in the hearts of the people. Other writers of the period were Juan Colas in 1940, Tomas Confessor 1945, Roman A. de la Cruz, and Elisa Tabunar. That's all. Thank you.